Hi everyone, I hope everyone's well. As is customary at this time of year, I thought I'd do a retrospective on 2021 from a wargaming perspective. It's been a busy year for me. I have finished up and shipped my own game, The Road Chosen. Would just like again to thank everyone for their support for that game. It's a solitaire World War II game. You can learn more about it on Board Game Geek and Kickstarter. And that was a huge amount of personal work, working at the weekends and the evenings and such. But it's always incredibly satisfying to finish up a project like that and release it. And it's been a pleasure to see people playing the game out in the wild, so to speak. And again, just thanks for everyone's feedback and contributions and support as ever for that project. So thank you. Then, in addition to that, other games that I've contributed this year that have been published or about to be published. First is Soldiers in Postmen's Uniforms from DVG, game designed by David Thompson. This is the second game that I've contributed artwork to of David's, the first being Castle Itter. And David's a real pleasure to work with. It's a really interesting subject matter. I love his game designs, and it's just it's a real fun, absorbing project. So I'm really pleased with that, how that's come out. And it's also really humbling to see the number of people that have this particular game for those who celebrate Christmas at the end of the year. That's awesome. Then the other game that I contributed art to this year is American Tank Case. Greg M. Smith, the designer, sent me this great T-shirt of my cover art for it. So, yeah, thank you, Greg, for that. And that was, again, another real fun, interesting project. Obviously, it's about tanks. And as you all know, if there's one thing in this world I really do love, it is tanks. So that was a lot of fun. And again, took quite a bit of sort of time over the course of the year. Greg's great to work with, and Compass also, yeah, absolutely brilliant. So I really, really enjoyed that project. Looking forward to that coming out. I think it's out next year, and I think it's either at the printers or about to be at the printers. I'm not entirely sure. Then, in addition to artwork and my own designs, I also spent quite a bit of time playing numerous war games for my collection, and have reviewed and done AARs from a whole bunch of those on my channel. I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit. Apologies for this. So these are some of the games I just took off my shelf that I've reviewed and looked at this year. So Commands and Colours is always playing Commands and Colours. Then the Stalingrad 42 and Ardennes 44 from Mark Simonich. Thoroughly enjoyed both of these too. The Hunters from Greg M. Smith. Then spent quite a bit of time this year looking at the American War of Independence. It's a historical period that I really enjoy and very passionate about. And did a review and quite a few AARs from the Tri-Pack, which is a great place to start with with that series, and it's a great series. I really love it. Then American Civil War, magnificent style, Pickett's Charge from Worthington, designed by him, and this was great. I really enjoyed this. I keep meaning to get his other design, which is sort of similar, which is based on the Point to Hoe setting. I might have to get that next year. Then World War II, Kharkov Battles from Compass, that I've done quite a few videos on. Combat Commander, this is a game I've been playing for years. Finally got around to doing a review of that. And Wing Leader. This is a fantastic World War II game series, and the expansions are utterly brilliant. And it solos really nicely. Really good. And then other historical periods. Again, back to American Civil War, Gettysburg. I love this game, and I love the Waterloo campaign game, which is a similar sort of design. Shores of Tripoli, that's done incredibly well this year. It's a beautifully made game. Really enjoyed that. Not too many reviews from MMP, interestingly enough, looking at the stack actually. Only Panzer Battles, standard combat series game. I might do. There's a new one in the series of that series, so I may well do that this coming in 2022. And then finally, the last two games of the year, Quatre Bras from Hexasim, Last Eagles, which I really enjoyed. Just done a review of that fairly recently. Absolutely loved this. And then Linny, which I haven't reviewed yet, but it's the same series as Quatre Bras. I will do a separate review for this. But but I did have done an AAR of the main battle from this. This I loved. I love all these games, but this one, actually this one and this one combined, these two combined, Jim from Facebook described it as Wargaming Heaven, and he's not wrong with that. A busy year, which is good. For 2022, my plans are to do effectively more of the same. I've got another World War II game that I will be launching this year, or next year, 2022, that I'm doing some artwork for. So I'll be posting sort of work in progress on that on my Facebook channel. I might do something on YouTube about it as well as we run up to the launch of that. And then in terms of other games to review, I'm just looking at my shelf over there. I've got some more Napoleonic games that I'm playing through at the moment, so I shall do some more of those, and then probably more games, more World War II, American War of Independence, etc., etc., etc. So looking forward to sort of cracking on with those in 2022. Hopefully it'll be another busy wargaming year. I just would like to thank everyone for their support, for the channel, for my own work, for the games that I contribute to. It really means a lot, and it's for me, the most important thing is about growing the hobby. Just would like to thank everyone for all their support as ever over the course of the year. I would also like to thank the good people at the War Room, so ID Jester and Tony and Rev Swordsman. I managed to survive their live session. It was a lot of fun, and would like to thank No Enemies Here. And we did an interview. I did an interview with Dan as well. That was a lot of fun in the year. So that's all some of the main highlights, I think, of the year from a wargaming perspective. Who knows what 2022 will bring for the world, but I can imagine me playing a lot more solo games, let's put it that way. I enjoy that. So looking forward to that. So again, thank you for all the support for the year.